He's someone that I've had a chance to work with now. He and his wife, Nancy, hit double diamond in 45 days in this company and growing quickly. It's a pleasure to introduce to you brand new double diamond from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Mr. Don Carson, to help bring this call home. Don, good evening and welcome.
Ted, thanks so much for giving me a chance to share. It has been quite the journey so far, and my background, for those of you that know me, is more of a traditional background with a fortunate opportunity to be in front of two impressive trends on the television infomercial market that I brought to Canada. And those things gave my family a standard of living that most people would be envious of, there's no question. But when you think about money and you think about what that money does and you accumulate things, often certain people have to understand this statement, that good health costs money and bad health costs more. And so when I looked at what I was getting started with here, first and foremost, I had to find a product that worked, and that's what I was introduced to thanks to Ted and JCC. I mean, at the end of the day, we have a product that works, and that was a very important thing for me, as it was in my past successes and some trends I got in front of over the last 20 years. And it had to be easy to share, and my wife Nancy and I found this to be the easiest thing to share. There's no question using an infomercial, because that's my background. My background is traditional infomercial marketing, where you get people's eyeballs to look at a television and get them to pick up a phone and call a call center and teach those people, the script of what to say. So, with our program and having this 4-minute commercial that is just so fantastic, it truly is a multi-billion-dollar commercial that's been handed to each and every one of us on this phone tonight, and the people that we don't even know yet that we're going to talk to, or through the people that we don't know yet that are going to talk to, they're going to be handed a absolute incredible infomercial that they can share. So it is easy to share, and it does all the heavy lifting. At the end of the day, you need a system, and there's no question the system, Ted, has been incredible with the support and, looking upline. Look up when you come into this business. Find out who sponsored your sponsor. Find out who their sponsor is, and certainly find out how you can reach out to them and ask them a question of what their success level was. Because you surround yourself with successful people, you're going to be more successful. It's been proven time and time again. But, at the end of the day, look around at the people in your circle and step out of it and reach out and get into some other circles. And remember that the faces that you see every day don't necessarily tell the whole story. Because as we know in the world today, having $600,000 in the bank account may seem like a crazy amount of money, but at 2% interest, it's really only a $500 a month residual income for those persons that would have that kind of money. And today, there are so many people out there that were looking for a home-based business just to give them a couple hundred or $300 or $400 to make that car payment. So don't stretch yourself to the point where you think you got to make millions. Absolutely, there are people on this call who can and certainly will make a certain lot of money. But that's not the point today. The point is, you have to reach out and you have to step out of your comfort zone. So, Ted, I'm so excited. My wife and I, Nancy, are focused on the future. We're all in. I am winding some of my businesses that I've been working on down slightly now because I need to focus on this opportunity more and more and more as the weeks and months go ahead. So, Ted, thanks so much for all you're doing for Nancy and I. We consider you a mentor, and you and Michelle as very good friends of ours.
Well, thank you very much, Don. That's a very kind word. This professional has the distinction of being the 8th diamond in the company. This individual had a rare display of not only emotion, but a centeredness and an absolute validation as to why we are all here building at this time in Valentus. Her name is Nancy Carson, and she has an amazing story, and more importantly, just an incredible energy about her of certainty as to why her and her husband, Don, are building here. From her home from Winnipeg, Manitoba, it's my pleasure to bring onto the call tonight to help close tonight's national call my friend, my business partner, and Valentus Diamond, Nancy Carson. Good evening, Nancy. How are you?
I'm good, Ted.
Awesome. Talk to me about your past weekend. Talk about the emotion and talk about just, again, what Peggy was saying about the certainty of this business that we're all a part of. What's happening for you and Don, and what's the real message as you close tonight's call?
Well, all I can say is, wow, we were in Kelowna for the summit. I've said to so many people we thought we would be able to come home and tell everybody everything that we learned. but what we learned was the room was full of electricity. How do you bottle that up and take that home and let people feel it? There was emotions everywhere, mine included. Don and I had an incredible time. We learned so much from so many people there. I was so thankful for everybody coming up to me afterwards. After we did our why on the stage, I had these amazing women approach me, men approach me, tell me how I really hit home for them, really helped them see and realize their why for being in this company. Valentus has meant a few things to a few people, but to Don and I, it's our first opportunity to really work on something together. I know that we had talked to you, Ted, and we had said if we could find a product that really worked, that we could get behind it. And I am always adamant that I can't be supportive of something that I don't believe in. And I think that when we talked at the summit, that everyone believed that we believe in not only the company, but also the products. These products have been so easy to talk to people about. To me, Valentus equals solutions to problems. As a mom, I'm always running around and tired and trying to get my kids to activities. The Prevail Energy has helped me with that. I take it throughout my day before I work out. The Prevail Trim, I take that before dinner. And some people describe it as giving them the opportunity to have a full feeling. I find I just feel satisfied with less food. It's not really a sensation of fullness. It curbs my appetite. Immune boost, you drink before bed. It helps you go to sleep, which, again, equals energy. And the other problem that Valentus has helped solve for me is weight loss. One of my favorite products, of course, is the Valentus Slim Roast. And that's for two reasons. I've never drank coffee before, and I really didn't like the taste of regular coffee. When I tried the Slim Roast coffee, it tastes great. It has two benefits for me. I never ever took that time in the morning to sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee. It really slows my morning down, my mind down. I can plan my entire morning out, get more organized, take the time to get my day in order before I leave the house. And the second, of course, is the weight loss. I mean, I haven't had to change anything in my life. I eat and drink exactly what I did before, and I've lost 7 pounds. And you just can't do that every day with any other product. You don't have to be a scientist. You don't have to make it difficult. Don and I have been approached by other companies and spent all of our time trying to learn the product line. This product line is highly effective and very easy to learn about. It's very easy to share. It's not a diet. And the Slim Roast gives people almost immediately a measurable result. So it's very easy to talk about. As for my why, I shared my why at the summit. I hadn't really put it into words on paper or otherwise. So when we were going along from person to person and having to tell our story, to tell you the truth, my heart was beating out of my chest with fear as to exactly what I was going to say. And it came out a little emotionally charged. But my why has a lot to do with people with a traditional job, otherwise known as just over broke. But some people also do a job in a community that is just one industry, and they go to that job every day, never sure if they're going to come home. And when I was 13, that happened to my family. My dad was killed in a mining accident, and it financially devastated my family. And I wanted people to have options, people that I love to have options. And I think that a reputable company like Valentus is that option. And I guess with that a little bit more emotion, I can't seem to talk about it without hearing it in my voice. I guess I'll give it back to you, Ted.
Well, Nancy, again, thank you.